Welcome to BizNation Radio. I am your host, Michelle Johnson. Are you ready to obtain the tools you need to start and grow your small business enterprise? Do you realize that you were made to overcome, you were made to conquer, and you were made to win? God has a plan, and it includes you. Your best is going to happen as you obey His command to come and walk, focused on purpose toward your destiny and your future. Grab paper and pencil and join us right back after this brief message from our sponsors. Keep in mind, BizNation is dedicated to providing practical advice on small business ownership. Our goal is that you will succeed. We'll be right back. Looking for your Water Walker Entrepreneurial Weekly Tips? Water Walker Development is so excited about partnering with Speaking Out Weekly News. Every Wednesday in the paper, you'll have an awesome tip, a business-related tip, a moving forward tip that will help you get started and continue moving forward in your entrepreneurial pursuits. Look for us in Speaking Out Weekly News.
Do you have IRS problems? I'm Vern with TaxCore, and I'm a former IRS revenue officer right here in Huntsville. I know all of the IRS techniques and procedures, where they will search for your money, and exactly how to protect you from them. Our number is 256-489-5596. The IRS has over 4,000 collection officers. They issued over 600,000 tax liens. The IRS will come after you aggressively if you owe them. You want me to fight for you. Don't face them alone. Call me today at TaxCore, 256-489-5596.
Thank you once again for tuning in to BizNation. Today's show will focus on the entrepreneurial mindset. But as usual, before we get started, we want to start with a trivia question and with our quote of the day. And the first person to tweet the answer to me on Twitter at MichelleDeJ will win a copy of one of my books. And let me spell my name for those of you that are not sure. That's MICHELDA. Tweet me at MichelleDeJ. So don't forget to tweet your answer or hashtag Water Walker, and you will win a free copy of my book, Water Walking 101, Moving Forward with Purpose. The trivia question today is a rather easy one, I think. 90% of microphones used today, including the one I'm speaking in now, are based on the ingenuity of this gentleman. He's an African-American entrepreneur and inventor born in 1931 in Prince Edward County, Virginia. If you've ever talked on the telephone, you've probably also used some of his inventions. Don't forget to tweet me at MichelleDeJ, and I'd like to know who this gentleman is. Today's show again will focus and help you adjust your mindset, challenge your thought pattern, in fact. Water Walker is committed to the development of current and future entrepreneurs. Our business model speaks to innovation and creativity, and we want to help you bridge the gap between knowing and doing. Our programs combine practical business thought, core values, strategic planning, and tactical execution. We simply believe in the ability of inspiring entrepreneurs to be more. But the truth of the matter is that many of us give up on our dreams, walk away from purpose, or become discouraged and fail to follow through. As a serial entrepreneur, I can personally attest to you that there is a different mindset that is required to walk in the role of an entrepreneur. You have to be comfortable with waiting, comfortable with not always knowing when your next paycheck will happen. You have to learn the process of networking, which we will cover in a later show, and you have to be versatile and passionate about your purpose. See, very few people are born with the level of risk tolerance required to set sail on the adventure of entrepreneurship. That comes with trying, doing things differently, and seeking to solve problems. The other changes that occur is the way you think about money, the way you think about family and work-life balance, trust, and teamwork. Those are many of the things that will directly affect your path and your achievements along the way. And I want to address each of those as well as some other truths about entrepreneurship. But again, before we start, let's also get our quote of the day in. Our quote is a really interesting quote to me. It's from Mike T. Smith. He's the author of a book titled OWNIT. That spells own it, but there's a period after each letter. And it's called The Teen's Cheat Codes to Life. Own It, The Teen's Cheat Codes to Life by Mike T. Smith. And I love what he says in this quote. It says, impossible and I'm possible have the same letters. It's just how you see those letters that make the difference. And a part of entrepreneurship and the mindset of an entrepreneur is ensuring that we are seeing things in a different light. I was just speaking, in fact, before I walked into the studio with a young lady about some things that she had presented before God as she is on her entrepreneurial pursuit. And so I saw things a little bit differently. And as I began to break those down into the very simple form, she was able to see that our entrepreneurial pursuit was right there. It was just a matter of focusing and seeing things a little bit different. So when I first started the path to entrepreneurship, I realized immediately that some things had to change. The first and most important was an adjustment of my mindset. I was accustomed to hard work. That wasn't the issue. In fact, I've worked since I was 12 years old and many times 2 and 3 jobs while also being a full-time student, a wife, and a mother. So hard work was actually very natural for me. But the level of hard work and the discipline and focus required to be successful was strange and new to me. The self-motivation factor was absolutely different and foreign to me. And so along with that was the understanding and acceptance of the word no. Not many people are comfortable hearing someone say no. Not many people are comfortable when you're denied or when someone says that your work or your product is not acceptable. And so your self-confidence and the assurance of your product, your gift, your talent has to be certain and true when a potential customer or client tells you no. I remember the first time it sunk in with me. I looked at my proposal over and over again, trying to ascertain what I had missed. Why wasn't it acceptable? What did the client communicate to me that they needed that I failed to put in that proposal? I tweaked it. I changed it. I challenged myself to look at it with a new set of eyes. I embraced the no. And actually, the no did not cause me to give pause or to stop or to throw my hands up in frustration, as so many people do when they are turned down or when they hear the words no. In fact, no was a propelling force. It was a motivator that said, you may tell me no today, but I'm coming back with a vengeance. I'm coming back with an improved product. I'm coming back with an understanding. I'm coming back with a clearer focus. I'm coming back. And so that's what no did for me. I challenged myself to look at that no, to look at that product, to look at that proposal with a new set of eyes. But more importantly, I challenged myself to move forward and not get stuck. And so many times that's what happens, is that as entrepreneurs, when we receive that no, or when we are uncertain of what we're pushing forward, or when our product is not received, or when this person or this organization or this company says no, we get stuck there. And so I want to encourage you within that entrepreneurial mindset that you don't allow anything to cause you to be stuck. That you unstick yourself by applying and understanding. Remember, in one of our shows, we talked about the dream and knowing when it's your time and your season to come forth with your vision, with your entrepreneurial goals, to launch your product. You have to know and be certain within yourself that it is your time, that your now is really and truly now. And when you know that, and that's the first thing, when I started opening edible arrangements, there were things that were so stacked against me. The first thing is I didn't have enough money. I didn't know where the resources would come from. The banks told me no. I didn't know. But I was assured, because as an entrepreneur with that mindset, you have to view money differently. You cannot look at money, especially as a Christian entrepreneur, in the way that the world views money. You've got to realize that money does not have power over the vision and the purpose that is on the inside of you. Now, I would agree, money cures a lot of things. It makes the way a lot easier. It paves the way. But I have to say, sitting here today, 7 years later, that I probably would not have appreciated the journey as much if everything was at my disposal, if all the money was available to me. And so entrepreneurship requires a tenacity to keep pushing when the odds are stacked against you, and to keep being an innovator when the odds are stacked in your favor. The key here is that you cannot rest on your laurels. You have to have a mind that is seeking, looking, and focusing on continually improving and continually moving forward. You've got to know in your mind that quitting is not an option. Now, with that said, I don't want to encourage anyone to go down with the burning ship. You must also exercise wisdom and know, as well as Kenny Rogers would say, when to hold, when to fold, and when to walk away. You have to use wisdom in how you go about executing upon your dream, executing upon your entrepreneurial goals, and executing upon the desires that have been implanted on the inside of you. I am always so grateful that you've decided to tune in to BizNation. Economic development and growth within our community is key to sustainability. The backbone of our society is the mom and pop shops that fill a niche, meet a need, and feed many families. Stay tuned. BizNation will be right back. Having questions about your next? Looking for a faith booster to get you to your next level of living? Water Walker 101, Moving Forward with Purpose, is the answer to what you need. This book is designed to help you move out of your boat of comfort and conformity and place you on a path of purpose and destiny. The journey is not always easy, but the insider knowledge is not in the boat, he's on the water. Order your copy today by calling our office at 256-325-0703. Again, order your copy of Water Walker 101, Moving Forward with Purpose, by calling our office at 256-325-0703. You can also order by visiting the website at waterwalkerministries.com. That's waterwalkerministries.com, or you can order at amazon.com. I can't wait to get your feedback. See you on the water. Looking for your Water Walker Entrepreneurial Weekly Tips? Water Walker Development is so excited about partnering with Speaking Out Weekly News. Every Wednesday in the paper, you'll have an awesome tip, a business-related tip, a moving forward tip that will help you get started and continue moving forward in your entrepreneurial pursuits. Look for us in Speaking Out Weekly News. Hello and welcome back. I am Michelle Johnson, and I'm a water walker. Stepping out of the boat into entrepreneurship is not for the faint of heart. It takes courage, faith, tenacity, and belief in yourself that you can do it. BizNation is a production of Water Walker Development, and we are committed to helping you not only step out of the boat, but to provide you with the tools necessary to successfully grow and develop your small business enterprise. In today's show, we are talking about the entrepreneurial mindset. And I have to be the first to tell you that entrepreneurs are a unique, and that's putting it nicely, breed of people. We are unique. We are different. We are challenged by the norm. We don't see a box. We don't see the parameters that others try and place on us. And so while some people sit and fantasize about the glamour of being their own boss and creating their own business, those that are in the thick of business ownership understand that even considering all of its rewards, entrepreneurship is a difficult and sometimes complicated path. The world's most successful entrepreneurs aren't the ones who impulsively quit their job to chase a get-rich-quick idea. They are the ones with an entrepreneurial mindset, a set of perspectives and values that allow them to day by day, hour by hour, month by month, year by year, achieve greatness. And so I'm going to talk about some of the differentiators that you'll need to develop and have to be a successful business owner. Number one is you can't allow challenges to be a setback or an obstacle for you. You have to look at a challenge as an opportunity. See, most people react to hurdles with stress and pessimism. They see that the glass is half empty while not recognizing that it's actually half full. They don't see that there is more than one way to skin a cat, so to speak. And so when the obstacle presents itself, they're ready to stop, throw up their hands and surrender, give up, and walk away. And as an entrepreneur, you will encounter so many challenges that you simply cannot afford to react in a negative manner. You have to constantly be positive. You have to constantly see the rainbow. You have to constantly, as a friend of mine, Dwight Pope, would say, walk in the light and realize that this is not your end. You cannot stress out over the minute details. You can't throw up your hands. You can't scream and run. Well, you can scream just a little bit. I've done that many times. But once you scream and roll up your sleeves and get busy. See, instead, successful entrepreneurs view challenges as opportunities. Each challenge or setback will also reveal a key opportunity to grow and a key opportunity to look at your character. Opportunities that will help propel you into your next. Or they can be setbacks that will create a domino effect that will impact your business, not just today, but for a lifetime. So be very careful how you respond to challenges and setbacks, and make sure that you are responding in the most positive of manners. You have to understand with that mindset of an entrepreneur that your competitors are your research subjects. Rather than viewing competitors as a threat, you see them as enriching opportunities, as an ability to learn more about your industry and your target market. When you look at their business model, you can learn what makes you unique and embellish your uniqueness. Listen, absolutely love when someone embraces the uniqueness of their goal, of their product, of their market. I absolutely love it when you can take who you are and bring that to the forefront. So many people don't like to be designers originals. What they like to be are copycats of someone or something else. And so when you look at and have an entrepreneurial mindset, as I said in the earlier segment, you become an innovator. But that innovation starts as you look within and access the ability on the inside of you, the creative ability to innovate, to rejuvenate, to create beyond what you see today. So studying your competitors and emphasis on customer experience can teach you how to make yours a whole lot better. They're, in fact, doing you a favor. As an entrepreneur, you begin to learn that everything requires effort. Entrepreneurship is multifaceted. It's constantly demanding, and there's no shortage of pitfalls that could disrupt or destroy your business. People laugh sometimes at the stories that I have as the result of being a franchise owner. And it's funny because most of the stuff how can you make up that someone stole your fruit truck? It is absolutely not possible that someone would steal a one-of-a-kind vehicle and then take police on a high-speed chase through your city. But it happened. And so you have to realize that sometimes there's an extra effort to push past those extraordinary things that may or may not happen to our non-entrepreneurs. So instead instead of looking for shortcuts, you have to also be willing to look for innovation and the extra effort that's required to pull it off, to make it successful. That means you will work some late nights. You will sleep in when it's time to rest, but when it's time to go and make it happen, you'll make the sacrifice that is necessary. You have to understand as well as an entrepreneur that perfection is the enemy of progress. Oh, how I love to have things in their place and perfection. But I learned when I had 900 edible arrangement baskets to make within a 24-hour period that my level of perfection, now I don't sacrifice and never sacrifice customer quality, but the level of perfection was just on a different dimension than when I had 2 arrangements to make within a 24-hour period. And so you cannot get caught up in chasing the original vision or the perfection of the vision. You've got to understand that perfection isn't necessary to run a successful, profitable business. You have to execute with precision, but you don't have to execute with perfection. And there's a key difference in that. And I hope you will learn that. So you've got to spend the time hammering down to details, but not wasting time. You've got to spend your efforts looking at the big picture, developing your tactical plan, but not wasting a lot of time, because sometimes when you waste too much time in the very nitpicky things, you're missing the broader spectrum of what needs to occur for your customers and your clients. The next step is to know that big things are made from small components. This works for problems as well as solutions. For example, instead of seeing a content marketing campaign as a quick way to get traffic, entrepreneurs see content marketing in terms of its individual components, meaning, do I blog? Do I have social media marketing? Do I have linked building? How do you amass the projects that you need? How do you work through the advantages and the disadvantages, and then break those down into smaller, more manageable pieces for your organization? One of my favorite steps as an entrepreneur in understanding the mindset is to realize that mistakes are healthy. And I've made my share of mistakes. I have goofed publicly and privately. But what I've learned is that as you goof up, as you become, there are no leaders that are infallible. There are no leaders that haven't messed up. And we all want to be the rock stars. And you will as you learn from your mistakes. And you take those mistakes and build from them and grow. So be able to acknowledge your mistakes, figure out what you can do to move from them, to make up for them, and then move forward. Don't waste a lot of time doing everything you can to avoid mistakes. And please don't beat yourself up after making one. We have all done just that. The other mindset of an entrepreneur is realizing that there is no magic. There's no secret formula. There's no good idea or bad idea. You just have to be. You can't become an entrepreneur expecting there to be this instant magical rise to the top because you've got a revolutionary idea. What most people don't know is that I started this process over 20 years ago, and it's been a process that every year has built upon itself and built upon itself. This isn't knowledge gained in the last year or knowledge harnessed in the last 2 years. This is knowledge that comes from 20 plus years of working as an entrepreneur, being an entrepreneur, and producing results that matter. Also understanding finally that entrepreneurship is a lifetime. You wake up an entrepreneur. You go to work as an entrepreneur. There is no work life or home life. You are what you are, and that is an entrepreneur. And so as we end this segment of the entrepreneur mindset, just keep in mind the value of what you bring to the table and how to enhance that value as you move forward. We'll be right back.
Radar Production Company is an audio-video company providing our clients with professional quality recordings. Every project is important and every client is special to us. Radar Production Company offers the following services: recording studio, commercials, voiceover and jingles, music videos, mixing and mastering, music production, press kits, artist development.
For more information, visit radarproduction.com or call us at 309-750-4801.
Hello and welcome back to BizNation. My name is Michelle Johnson. I get so excited when I talk about entrepreneurship, and I hope that excitement just spills over into the radio. BizNation truly believes that reading is fundamental. Serious business owners spend time connecting, reading, learning, and growing. And as we have talked about the entrepreneurial mindset, one of the things that you have to have within that mindset is that you are continually learning, growing, and improving. And the best way to do that is to make sure that you are continuing to read and to fill yourself up with how entrepreneurs think. And so we've built into our show the BizNation Required Reading List. Today's book is called, imagine this, The Entrepreneurial Mindset. It's strategies for continuously creating opportunity in an age of uncertainty. And the author is Rita Gunther McGrath and Ian Macmillan. The Entrepreneurial Mindset offers a refreshingly practical blueprint for thinking and acting in environments that are fast-paced, rapidly changing, and highly uncertain. It provides both a guide to energizing your organization to find tomorrow's opportunities and a set of entrepreneurial principles that you can use to personally transform the arenas in which you compete. The authors present simple but powerful ways to stop thinking and acting by the old rules and start thinking with the discipline of a habitual entrepreneur. They show you how to eliminate paralyzing uncertainty by creating an entrepreneurial frame that shapes a shared understanding of what is to be accomplished, to create a richly stocked opportunity register to redesign existing products, to find new sources of differentiation, resegment existing markets, reconfigure market spaces, and seize huge upside potential of breakthroughs. It teaches you how to build a dynamic portfolio of businesses and options that continuously move your organization toward the future while simultaneously leaving the past behind. Wow, I am excited about this book. So I hope you will pick it up and read it and let me know what you think by tweeting it to me at Michelle J on Twitter. Or don't forget to connect with me on Facebook as well through Water Walker Ministries or through my personal page at Michelle Johnson. I look forward so much to connecting to my friends and my entrepreneurial family on social media, and I hope that this show and any of the other things that we produce are a blessing, encouragement, focused mobility, focus you toward what your destiny and your pursuit is. I'm also convinced that the apps that we have to have an understanding of the platforms and tools that we use, and so our app of the day is called Stitch Labs. It's a simple, smart, beautiful inventory control. And so if you're like some of my entrepreneurs that keep up with inventory, this is an app that you probably would want to have on your device. It unifies your sales channel. It integrates your sales channel in one centralized spot, allowing for more accurate inventory. It helps you gather sales insight and make intelligent business decisions with powerful dynamic reports. And it helps you fulfill your orders faster. Stitch is at the center of your sales and shipping efforts so you can get your products out the door faster. Now, wouldn't that be exciting? So excited about today's show and the entrepreneurial mindset. Listen, I'm convinced that each individual is born with a passion and a purpose. And once you find that, you will find the key to your success. Doing what you are passionate about and doing it on purpose will open up a life of peace, joy, happiness, and when things aren't quite perfect, you can still move forward with purpose. BizNation wants to help you bridge the gap between knowing and doing. And until we talk again, keep testing your boundaries and walking on water. Again, my name is Michelda, and I'm a water walker.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to BizNation Radio with your host, Michelda Johnson. BizNation Radio is a production of Water Walker Development. The executive producer is Michelda Johnson. BizNation Radio is produced and directed by Radar Production Company. Comments and views heard on BizNation Radio is for the sole purpose of information. Thank you for listening to BizNation Radio.